Hello and welcome. Now in this section, guys, we are going to create really nice application. Okay, and the idea behind this application is just to give you the confidence to play around with the Kotlin, okay, inside Android Studio and add your own functionality. Now as you can see, we have this screen that I have designed for you, and you can go ahead and design it. Okay, I designed this layout behind the scenes just to save your time instead of designing everything from scratch. And I am really confident that you can do it very easily in a matter of minutes. Okay, so what we have a text view, we have another text view here, we have another text view here, we have a edit text or a plain text where user can enter something. We have 3 buttons on the bottom. Okay, and with custom style, for example, changing the background, changing the text size, the text color, so on and so forth. Now, but just make sure that you give them an IDs. Okay, for example, the show, the change, everything I give it an ID behind the scenes. And now let's discuss the idea behind our application. So as you can see, we have the quiz app, and this application will be a quiz. Okay, and what we are gonna do here inside this text view where it says word, okay, we are gonna show a word. Okay, for example, Sunday. Okay, and but we are gonna mix it. Okay, for changing the positioning of letter. So instead of Sunday, we are gonna, for example, make it like this. Okay, for example, just mix the letter. Okay, like this, for example. Okay, and the user has to enter the right word. Okay, hope you guys get the idea. And if he enter the right, okay, the right answer, then we are gonna show something, okay, or do something with it. If it's not, we are gonna do something else. Okay, so my idea here is in this box we are gonna show a word, okay, from any language, for example from the English. Okay, but the word it's wrong. Okay, that means the letter is mixed. Okay, and here in this box the user should enter the right answer and click, for example, for check to check the answer, and he can also change the word, and he can also show the right answer. Okay, and in this box we are gonna make it invisible. Okay, and once the user enter the right answer, maybe we are gonna show it. Okay, so I'm gonna search for the property visibility and just make it invisible for now. Okay, and now it's well gone, but we are gonna make it show later on. Now guys, let's go ahead and fetch everything inside our Kotlin code. So I'm gonna open my main activity. Here we have this code from the previous application. I'm gonna just delete everything, and here we are gonna start from scratch. Now guys, this application will be slightly different from what we have previously, because in this application we are gonna create more code. Okay, for example, we are gonna create a function to play the quiz. We are gonna create a function, for example, to mix the color, the words, okay, so on and so forth. And we are gonna maybe create a function to show the answer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create functions, okay, outside of this onCreate. Okay, so what we are gonna do, we are gonna define the views here, these views, okay, outside of the onCreate. Okay, just to give us the ability to access them from the other functions. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start here creating all the views that we need. For example, the first one will be, for example, for the word itself. So I'm gonna create a variable. I'm gonna name it, for example, word, or the question. Okay, question underscore word. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the colon. If you remember this, we are gonna add a type to it, so it should be a type of text view. Okay, this is what we are gonna do. Of course, we are gonna get an error because we need to make a little bit of adjustment on this variable, and we need to add some modifiers. Okay, so what you can do, ladies and gentlemen, here inside the error, or on the error line, just click Alt and Enter, and it will give you some of the options. And what you can do, we can click on this add later modifier, and you will have this solution for you. Simple as that. And what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna create more variables, okay, for the other text views. So let's create them together. Okay, so I'm gonna create a variable I'm gonna name it, for example, let's see what we have in our XML file. We fetch this one. Now let's fetch the right answer as well as the user input. So I'm gonna type right answer, okay, underscore text view, maybe text view, okay, and should be type text view, and we are in a great place. So as you can see, we have the second one is added, and let's go ahead and fetch the edit text, okay, or the user input, and I'm gonna call it user underscore answer, okay, and it should be type of edit text, not an text view, because the user will have the ability to enter something, okay. I'm gonna make it type of edit text. Now let's go ahead and see what we have. We have fetched this one, and we have the buttons also. So I'm gonna fetch all the buttons very quickly, okay. For example, for the check underscore answer button, it should be type of button, okay. And let's go ahead and create changing the question or changing the word of type button also. Last but not least, our show answer button, okay. Show answer button should be of type button, and everything is set up. Now what we did, ladies and gentlemen, we have created an object, okay, from the text view class, okay, and we have stored it inside a variable, name it question underscore word. Now this what expected from us. It's expecting from us to enter a view inside of it, a text view, and this one also expecting from us to enter text view or to match it with a text view, and this one for the edit text, and this one for the buttons, okay. So when you see something like this, okay, variable inside the class, not in the function, that's mean you are creating an object from a class, okay. For example, in this case, we are creating an object from the text view class, okay, and store that object inside a variable called question word, okay. And now we need to match or fetch or associate this object or this variable with a view that we have inside our XML file, okay. Hope you guys get the idea. And the place to do this, we are gonna add it inside our own create function, okay. And let's do this very quickly. So I'm gonna type a question word, okay, which is the object that we have from the text view on the top. It's equal to the find view by ID method, and here we just need to put the ID for our question word, okay. So let me check the ID question word. Yeah, we have it right here. And let's do the same thing for the others. It's equal to the find view by ID method, okay, r.id.right answer, we have it right here. And let's do the same thing for the edit text or the user answer. It's equal to the find view by ID method r.id dot user answer. Now for the check and change and show buttons, change word, it's equal to the find view by ID method r.id dot change, where is the change question, okay. And let's do the same thing for the check and the show very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. r.id dot, we have the ID was the check, I think, check answer, yeah. And for the last one, show answer, we have to match it with the button that we have in our XML file, okay. Show answer. And let's check the IDs very quickly, okay. For the buttons, change a question, so on and so forth. Yeah, everything is set up correctly, ladies and gentlemen. And what we did in this video, and I suppose now you have designed this layout behind the scenes, okay. It's very simple. You can see the component tree that we have here, okay, and with custom style that we have already talked about, okay, in the previous videos, okay. And in the main activity, we have creating an empty objects, okay, from certain classes, in this case buttons, edit text and text views, and we have just matched them with the views that we have in our XML file, okay. Now till now we didn't anything new, Okay, everything we did up till now we have learned about it previously, but from the next video and on we are gonna add our own functionality. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are gonna continue on in the next video.